R. Sarasu is an assistant head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan College of Engineering and Technology, Mamallapuram, Chennai. She has 7 years of teaching experience for undergraduate and postgraduate students. She has also served as head of the Department of Information and Technology for 2 years. She has been teaching in the area of data structures, computer architecture, design and analysis of algorithm, internet programming, advanced computer architecture, information security, soft computing, system software, web technology, and advanced Java programming. She has attended various workshops and many faculty development programs. She has also presented papers in national and international conferences. She has comprehensive problem solving ability and good communication skill with a strong inclination for teaching. Her research interests are web data mining, web data extraction, and semantic information retrieval.
Welcome to UGC lecture series in computer science. Today we are going to see series of lecture on web technology semester 6 paper 15. Unit 2 covers introduction to JavaScript, what are all the basic data types available in JavaScript, control structures, dialog boxes, arrays, function, and how to declare a variable in JavaScript. Today we are going to see series of lecture on JavaScript. The outline of today's episode was introduction to JavaScript, variables, dialog boxes, and control structures. So, let us see what is meant by JavaScript. JavaScript is a scripting language used to enhance the functionality of the web page. So, to make the web page more interactive, the JavaScript was developed. JavaScript is a scripting language which is done on the client side. So, JavaScript serves for two purposes. It introduced the client side scripting, that is all the business logic what the program has to do will be done on the client side to less down the burden of the server. So, it is a client side scripting. So, as I said, JavaScript is more interactive than HTML since the user can give the input at the runtime when the web page is running. So, in HTML it is not the user will not able to give the input at the runtime. So, using JavaScript we can pass the values at runtime. So, this JavaScript is used to enhance the feature of the web page which we are creating by giving input at dynamic time, that is at the runtime we can give the input and we can validate also. So, JavaScript is a client side scripting and it is allow more interactivity for the user than HTML. So, it is more advantageous than HTML. So, next what are all the features of JavaScript? So, they improves the web page appearance by graphics and we can also embed event handling into our web pages. So, the event handling is a main feature available in JavaScript. We can switch on from one site to another site. So, the site navigation will be present in JavaScript. Then we can perform calculations by giving the input at the runtime. So, like a programming languages we can also give some values and we can do some calculations at the client side itself. Since we are giving the input, it is considered as a scripting program and it is considered as a interpreted languages. Since all the variables and all the things are created in terms of objects like Java, but it is complementary to Java, it is type of object based programming. It is easily understood by the beginner since it is the syntax is very liberal or easy to understand by the end user. So, the major features are we can have event handling and we can create games using JavaScript and we can navigate from one website to another website and we can do calculations by giving the input to the web page at the runtime, and since we are able to create objects in JavaScript and pass the values. So, it is a object based programming too, and when the end user comes on to learn the JavaScript, it is very flexible since the syntax is very simple to learn. So, let us see what are all the advantages of JavaScript. So, JavaScript is a client side programming. So, all the coding will be executed on the client side itself instead going in for server. So, server burden will be reduced when we are executing program on the client side itself. JavaScript is a relative easy language since it is relevant, the syntax is very easy to learn. So, the end user can easily learn the language and they can create their own web page in more interactive manner. JavaScript is relatively fast to the end user since the program which we are creating for website will be executed on the client side instead going in for server. So, the output or the bandwidth coming out from the server is being reduced since all the programs will be executed by the client on the client side instead on the server side. So, the latency to get the output is very fast in JavaScript. So, when next is the extended functionality to the web page. So, we can make the appearance of the web page by giving the input at the runtime and make the web page interactive. By add-ons into our web page, we can extend the functionality to the web page. Next is, so JavaScript is used for creating visual effects on the screen, calculating data and performing the processing on the web page. So, we can create games and event handling using the JavaScript, and we can also perform the calculations by giving the data at the runtime. So, these are all the basic advantages of JavaScript. So, how to make script program or how to write a script program? So, the main thing is to differentiate an HTML program or a script JavaScript program. So, we can give this by script tag. So, we can also embed script tag inside the HTML, or alone we can write a script tag. So, there are two things, we can embed the script into the HTML, or we can make use directly of script tag in a notepad and run it as usual HTML. The script tag alerts a browser that a JavaScript code as follows. It indicates a browser some scripting code has to be done with the help of this program. So, the syntax is script language is equal to JavaScript. The script is a tag and language is the attribute and the value is JavaScript. So, which script we are going to embed? So many script available here. So, we are available in market. So, we are going to use JavaScript. So, I am using the JavaScript within enclosed manner. So, next is the set of statements or the what the content should be displayed on the web page should be given in the statement part, and the script is being closed. Since opening tag should have the ending tag, the script is being closed. So, let us see the example for understanding purpose. So, this is a program which just display a message, welcome to JavaScript programming. So, let us see an code for this. So, a simple program which has been written in using script, an HTML program in which script has been embedded here. See here, this is a script tag. So, script type is equal to JavaScript document dot writeln, and the HTML in HTML we are embedding the script tag. So, this is a message to be displayed, welcome to JavaScript programming. So, we can convert our HTML program into JavaScript program by embedding script tag inside the HTML program. We can embed the script tag not only in the head part, we can also in the body part. So, we can insert a script tag inside the head part, or we can insert this script tag inside the body part of the HTML. So, the message to be displayed is given by document.writeln. So, document is an object, inbuilt object. As I said, it is an object based programming. So, this document is a method which is inbuiltly available in JavaScript, and writeln document is an object and it is available inbuilt, and writeln is a method which is used to display an message or a sentence within new line character. So, H1 is tag. So, every tag can be embedded into the script with the double quotes. So, HTML tags can be embedded into script, but with double quotes. So, this is an example where the HTML program has been converted to JavaScript program by embedding script. So, script type equal to text bar JavaScript. So, when we give this, so the HTML program is being converted into JavaScript program. So, next one is, this is where HTML is being converted to JavaScript. Let us see another example where directly the script has been given in HTML file. So, the welcome to JavaScript is an alert box which we are using. So, inside this we will see what is the code present. So, just we have embedded the code. So, I am not using any HTML here, I am directly embedding script tag. So, script language is equal to JavaScript alert, it is a function inbuilt available to generate the alert message box. So, this is a message to be displayed, welcome to JavaScript. So, we can give any script program without using HTML or inside the HTML. So, this is the program script program which is given independently without HTML. So, this is an example for basic syntax for using script tag. So, script language we can give JavaScript or text bar JavaScript. So, statements and script. So, the script tag should have end tag. So, we have enclosed the statements to be displayed here. So, let us see what is meant by a variable here. So, as I said, JavaScript is an object based programming language. Every programming language consists of variables. Through variables we can give some values. So, variables is a storage container where we will save the values. So, for example, here variable name, every variable in JavaScript should be declared with the help of variable keyword. So, this var keyword, so var the variable name is equal to some value. So, example variable username is equal to Agnes, since it is a string it should be enclosed within double quotes, and this is an integer variable, price is equal to 1000. So, it is an variable value which is present here. So, this variable is a storage house for constants and it will be changed when the script is being running. So, that is called as variable, the value changes. So, we have some rules and regulations to be followed when we are declaring the variables. The variable should be an identifier, valid identifier name. For example, here user is a variable name. It should not be begin with digits. So, 0 to 9 and can be consist of special characters like dollar, underline, etc. or hyphen. So, it can consist of special characters, but not digits in front of it when we are starting the variable. It should not be a keyword like function name or any keyword, inbuilt keyword present in JavaScript. It should be an user defined variable, and every keyword should be declared with the syntax with the help of the keyword var. Var is used to make the script to learn that the variable is being declared here. We will stop at this point. Let us have a break. Welcome back. Before the break, we were discussing about variables and its rules. Let us see the example for variables for understanding purpose. So, the message is being displayed here, the number is 10. What is the source code present in this file? So, variable is being declared here. So, let us see an example for variable here. So, here the inside the HTML program we are embedding the script tag. So, inside the script we are declaring a variable which is of type integer with the value 10. So, variable is being declared with the value 10, and the document.writeLN is a method which is writeLN is a method used to display that value. Here we have given the message the number is plus the value. What is the value here? The value is 10. So, that is being substituted for here, and this plus represent concatenation operation which is used to concatenate the message, that is the number is plus the value. So, the h1 tag is used to heading for heading purposes, which is an HTML tag. So, I have given within double quotes, and the value of the variable is 10, which is being substituted here. So, the main thing is whatever the variable, whether it is of a string type, that is character type or float type, any type, we have to declare the variable with the keyword var. So, it is the main point to be noted while we are using the variables. So, let us see what are all the dialog boxes available in JavaScript. So, JavaScript allows the user, or it indicates the user to give the input or alert the user to show a message. For that we are going to use the dialog boxes. So, we can display the information in terms of windows is called as dialogs. So, dialogs boxes are otherwise called as dialogs that pop up the screen to grab the user's attention. As I said in the introduction, so JavaScript allow the user to give the input at the runtime. So, how to get the input at the runtime? So, using this dialog box, prompt dialog box, we can get it. So, receive the user attention, we can use the dialog boxes. So, there are 3 types of dialog boxes or dialogs available in JavaScript: alert dialog box, prompt dialog box and confirm dialog box. What is meant by alert dialog box? So, the alert dialog box will alert the user. So, make sure that the information is given by the user, and it is as only one button, OK button. Next is prompt dialog box. So, JavaScript allow the user to enter the values. So, to give the values to the web page or the scripting program, the prompt dialog box have been used or designed. So, it accepts the information from the user. So, it has 2 buttons, OK and cancel. So, similar way we have another third type of dialog box is confirm dialog box, to allow the user to confirm the message or end of the web page the submitted information is being correct. Likewise, some information should be confirmed from the user, or to confirm the user this is a correct input. So, we are going to use confirm dialog box. So, it also has 2 buttons, OK and cancel. So, dialog box allows a user to give the values or to make the user alert. So, in JavaScript there are 3 dialog boxes: alert, prompt and confirm. So, these are the dialog boxes available here. So, let us see one by one. So, first dialog box is alert dialog box, is often used if we want to make sure information is coming through the user. When alert dialog box pop up, the user have to click OK button to proceed. So, it has only one button called OK, and the syntax is message to be displayed to alert the user. So, as I said, message is a string. So, we should give within double quotes. So, let us see an example for this. This alert dialog box will be present in Windows object which is inbuilt here. So, this is an message, welcome to JavaScript programming. So, this is an alert dialog box, it displays some message with the OK button. So, this is the appearance of the alert dialog box. So, let us see the source code for this. So, in script tag we have a dialog box called alert. So, it is present in Windows object. So, script type is equal to text bar JavaScript. We are giving just message by giving windows dot alert. So, alert is a function and Windows is an object which is inbuilt, both are inbuilt. So, next is what is the message to be displayed. So, welcome to JavaScript programming, and the slash line indicates the new line characters, the corresponding message will be displayed in new line. So, the multi-line text has been given by slash n, that that indicates a new line character. So, the script has been embedded inside the JavaScript program with windows.alert to alert the user with the alert dialog box. So, this is the major use of alert box, to alert the user with some message. When the user has been clicked the OK button, it is understood that user has been alerted. Next dialog box is an interesting one. It is a prompt dialog box which is not present in HTML or anywhere else. It asks the user to enter some value. So, the prompt box is often used if when the user wants to input a value before entering the page. So, next is when a prompt box pop-ups, the user will have to click either OK or cancel to proceed after entering an input value. So, you can press OK to enter the value or cancel the value. you want to cancel you are not sure that this value is wrong or something has been done. So, you can press cancel button, the user can press the cancel button to cancel the window. The syntax for prompt dialog box is prompt, some text to be displayed and the default value. So, we are entering 1 to 100, the initial value will be 0. So, the default value which we are going to display in the dialog box when the prompt dialog box is being appearing here. So, the syntax is prompt, some text to be displayed and the default value, the initial value what should be appear in the dialog box. If the user has not specified default value, the undefined value will be displaying in the prompt dialog box. So, the main purpose of prompt dialog box is it prompts the user or it asks the user to enter some value for the web page. Let us see and program for understanding purpose of prompt dialog box. So, this is an dialog box which is appearing while running this program. So, initially I have given 0 for, so this is the initial value. So, I can enter some value here. So, 2 values I have got and the sum is being printed here. So, let us see an example, let us see the source code for this example. So, the inside the script tag we have declared 2 variables f1 and f2 and f1, f2 number 2 and sum, these are the variables. So, f1 is equal to windows.prompt, enter the first number, we are getting 2 numbers. So, I am giving the message here as enter the first number and the initial value to be displayed in the prompt box is 0. So, I have specified here 0 and windows.prompt. So, all these dialogues are present in Windows object, inbuilt object window.prompt. So, this is a syntax which we have seen and we have received the values. So, whatever the input values which we are receiving through the prompt will be in string or in characters. So, we are giving the value as integer or we are going to manipulate it, we need to convert that string value into integer. So, for example, parseInt of f1. So, we have entered number, even though we have entered number, JavaScript will accept all the input values in string only. So, with the string we cannot manipulate or add it. So, in order to manipulate the integer wise, we need to convert that whatever the input we have got through the prompt into integer by giving parseInt method. So, this is again an inbuilt method parseInt. So, since it is a method or function we will say, so this is a function in JavaScript inbuilt function. So, which with the character I should be kept since it is a function and we are converting it and we are saving in another variable. Then we are printing the sum of these 2 numbers using the message and the writeLN method. So, this is an advantage of using prompt dialog box. It asks the user to enter some values. So, here we are entering using this windows.prompt and we are converting that string into integer and we are adding these 2 numbers and we have printed it. So, this is an example program for prompt dialog box. So, prompt dialog box user wants to enter the value, they can use prompt dialog box or it asks the users to enter the input value for the web page. So, next type of dialog box was confirm dialog box. It is also used to wants to verify or accept something, the user has to accept something. Here also 2 buttons will be there, OK and cancel, and the syntax was confirm and some text to be displayed here. Since it is a text, it is enclosed within double quotes and this confirm dialog box is also available in Windows object. So, let us see what are all the types of dialog box present. So, there are 3 types of dialog box, one is alert dialog box, prompt dialog box and confirm dialog box. So, these are the 3 types of dialog box available in JavaScript. So, let us see the next thing in JavaScript is control structures. So, what is meant by a control structures? To make the program to execute in some order or some condition to be obeyed, we are going in for control structures. As every program is concerned, we have the control structures. So, likewise JavaScript is a object based programming, we have some control structures should be used. So, JavaScript allows 3 types of control structures: sequence, selection and repetition. Sequence is a normal line or every input line present in the JavaScript, and selection is of type conditions. So, we will see the 3 types of statements. We will have this 3 types of conditional statements inside selection and repetition. So, we want to do the things again and again. We have looping and do while and for loop in repetition statement. So, due to the time constraint, we will see all this control structure in detailed manner in the subsequent lecture. Let us summarize what we have seen. So, we have seen introduction to JavaScript, what are all the advantages of JavaScript and how it differs from HTML, how to make the page interactive manner and how to declare a variables and how to get the input from the user, and what are all the control structures available in JavaScript, 3 types of control structures, and the dialog boxes, 3 types of dialog boxes in JavaScript. Let us have some question for understanding purpose. What is meant by a JavaScript? What are all the advantages of JavaScript? What are all the control structures available, and what are all the dialog boxes available in JavaScript? Let us conclude this session and we will see the control structures arrays in the next subsequent sessions. Thank you.